Hello and welcome back to another Bad Movie Reviews review hosted by the fairest of them all, fairest movie reviewer of them all, Ben, and I am here to review none other than the 2025 Snow White remake or live action remake, which Disney is seeming to be doing as of probably the last 10 years now. Um, and this film's no different. It is a live action adaptation of the Disney animated classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, this film is directed by Mark Webb, who most people would know for doing The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, as well as 500 Days of Summer. So he's got kind of, the rom-com aspect of filmmaking while also being able to helm, I guess, big budget films dealing with massive IPs. Now, in terms of the film itself, I wasn't exactly knowing what I was getting into. I know this film's obviously got a lot of controversy online. Couldn't care less about that, to be honest. I'm just here to review the film as it is. Um, and to be honest, I actually had a good time. It's better than what I was expecting. I didn't know what to expect, but it is better than what I was expecting. I had a good time. I did have my negatives, which I'll get into later, but I thought overall, I'll touch on the good things. Now, in terms of the good things, I really did like, and I always have liked her. You would have seen in, I don't know if we did a review or I did a review for West Side Story or Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I definitely did, but Rachel Zegler has always been a really good actress, in my opinion. She's really good in this titular role as Snow White. She has the charisma, she has the voice, she has the acting ability, and she is probably the best part about the film, as you'd hope, really, like leading role, but she is really quite good in the film. The visuals is probably exactly what you're going to get and what you're expecting. They kind of have that bland aesthetic, while some of the CG looks okay for the most part. It does kind of look like that oversaturated, even the feeling like Wicked had back when that released, which I reviewed, and even some of the Disney remakes as of the last couple of years. But I've always had that kind of weird oversaturation, very colourful. Uh, every craft, like the costume, the production design, everything there is really good, and you'd hope so. Obviously, dealing with such a big IP, Snow White is the like magnum opus of Disney animated films, and I think they did it justice in that part, and I think Rachel Zegler did it justice. The dwarf part of it, in terms of the film, I really like the dwarfs. I don't know how I feel about the fact that they're fully animated. It does look a bit uncanny at times, and they're kind of animated to the point where they really, really look heavily fake. But I don't know how they would have done that well. It's one of those hard things. But overall, I didn't hate them. I didn't love them. I really enjoyed the characters themselves, but I think visually they were a bit off putting. Now, in terms of the parts I didn't like about the film, which I have a feeling this will probably be the general consensus of the film itself, is Gal Gadot playing the Evil Queen. Um, there's no way I can put it other than she is genuinely terrible in the film. Um, now, it's almost the role that would become somewhat camp and like, when they're, so bad it's good kind of thing, because there were moments where it was genuinely laughable acting. Um, and she just kind of took me out completely. In terms of the other cast, I really did like Andrew Burnap as Jonathan. I really liked his character and the voice acting, but I just felt like, and to be honest, while I actually did enjoy the film, I think like Kenneth Branagh's Cinderella is probably the best live action remake. That was really, really good. I'm really looking forward to Tangled coming out soon. I think they're doing that, but I thought it was on the better side of them. But at the end of the day, I kind of leave thinking they're somewhat just pointless, because like they're not better. They're not really doing anything different. They're not really better than the originals. Um, while there are remakes that are, but I just feel like it doesn't really need to exist. But in terms of obviously, if they're going to do it, I was happy with what we got. It was a good performance by Rachel. It looked good. It was directed well. And at the end of the day, the screening I went to, you have the little kids dressed up and love it, and that's who it's for. So like, I can't really fault the film in that way. I just think overall as a film, I just felt like while it didn't need to exist, it's enjoyable. Go watch for Gal Gadot because it's mind-boggling how terrible she is. It makes me feel like I could be an actor and do it well. But overall, I'd love to hear what you people think at home, whether you watched it. Comment below, let me know what you think of the movie. If you like the review, give it a thumbs up, it does mean a lot, and subscribe for more of our reviews. We'll see you next time.